Hello, how you doing? It's Phil Thatch, and today I am at Frost Stadium. This is where the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga softball team plays, and today they are playing against UNCG from North Carolina, and we're excited about this. Heather and I are going to be doing some photography today. She's going to use the R7, and she's going to use the 70-200 2.8 RF lens, and I'm going to use the R6 and the 100-500 lens. So we're excited about getting started and getting some pictures for you. Frost Stadium has brand new turf since last time we were here. All right, here we go. There's the manager talking to some of the umpires before the game started. And as always, up here at the left, I have all the settings, what lens was used. I used the 100-500 all the way through. Here's what my focal length was, shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. Here's a player, one of the UNCG players, coming into second base, and you can see the throw, and this new field is really interesting. It does have the rubber pellets that come up, but I used to, and you can see rubber pellets flying up here as she's sliding, but I used to get photographs of dirt flying up on this field, but that time has passed. Here's one of the outfielders, 500mm shot. I'm sitting just about even with home plate on the first base line for most of these shots, and so I just zoomed it out to 500mm, and I got a picture of the outfielder catching the ball. Still had to crop it a fair amount. Now Chattanooga's batting, and the first batter got hit with a pitch. You can see the ball's just about to hit her in the elbow, so she was able to take a base. And of course, when I'm shooting a batter from there on the first base line, I'm at 100mm. Here's another batter swinging at one, and I think that's that same batter swinging at one. I think she hit both of those, and the first one was a foul ball, and this one was a hit. And there you can see, I love this shot. I love this position because you can, if there's a runner on third, you can see her straight behind the batter. So I like that quite a bit. Here's another batter. I love this. She's decided not to swing at this pitch, and she's looking over. I guess she's getting ready to look at the umpire to see if he's going to call that a ball or a strike. And every once in a while I'd zoom it all the way to 500mm from my close spot there in the front row and get an up close photograph of one of the batters getting ready to go. And even though I'm at 7.1, which is where you are on that lens wide open at 500mm, it's still pretty good and bokeh-fied there in the background. And now we're pitching again. I thought these up close picture shots were kind of cool. I would just take a whole sequence, and I like the one where her glove and the ball are almost covering her face, but you can still see the intensity in her eyes. 451mm shot, and this one is 500mm and cropped just a little bit more than the last one. You can just see one eye, but it's nice and in focus. A lot of intensity there. Now we're back batting. Number 15, I think she's the center fielder. She's kind of a slap batter like a lot of left-handed batters are, and she knocked that one down the third base line. Here's a pitcher shot. I've moved. Now I'm standing over on the third base line. There's the second baseman catching one. I cut her feet off just a little bit. And here's the third baseman catching one. Look at all that turf. Now we're batting again. Now I'm sitting on the third base line, almost the same spot that I normally sit on the first base line, but this time on the third base line. Right-handed batter. I should have gone back over to the first base line for this one. And there's a left-handed batter and a right-handed batter. The ball has already left the frame, but I like the capture of her swing. That's pretty cool. There's another one. And this is a sequence. Number 9, the second baseman coming in to score a run. They are throwing. You can see the catcher getting ready to catch a ball. They are throwing the ball to try to stop her, but they're a little bit late. But she went ahead and slid just in case. And now the ball's in the catcher's mitt. And watch how as soon as she scores, she just bounces right back up. Here's another batter, and it looks like she's going to be out at first, unfortunately. I think I've moved back now to the third base line, the first base line over by Heather. This is another 500mm shot. This one, she did not make this catch, but I've got a photograph of her missing the catch, but the person who was in the on-deck circle getting ready to bat walked right in front of me at the last second, but I still got this shot. Another pitcher shot. This is a different pitcher. This one's out at first base for sure. 270mm from my spot there on the first base line near home plate. I think this is the third baseman batting, and this was another run scored. She's coming in to score and getting a high five This is a play at second base. I had to crop this quite a bit, and I should have zoomed in a little bit more. I'm only at 200 millimeters, but even with all that, it still came out kind of cool. And this was a play they didn't catch a pop fly that landed halfway back the green grass there, but the center fielder was able to throw it to the second baseman and get the force at second, so they ended up getting an out anyway. Here's another pitcher for Chattanooga. A couple of shots of her. There's number 5 about to catch one out in the outfield. I think she's the right fielder. Chattanooga was batting here. She tried to slide into first. It was unsuccessful, but I don't think she would have beat it on foot either. But this girl made it to first base safe. My shot shows the ball way over here and her foot just about to hit the base. Heather has a better shot of this. It shows her foot on the base and the ball just maybe 4 inches out of this glove here. And a lot of the UNCG people in the crowd were saying that the umpire called it wrong, but he was right. Here's another up close only 472 millimeters this time of somebody who's just about to bat, giving the bat the stare down. You better hit this ball, Mr. Bat. And another one of those. Here's number 8 hitting the ball. I like this shot because there's somebody on third base. Here's number 5, number 1, number 3 hitting the grounder. And that's it for my shots. It's pretty fancy lens you got there. All right, here are Heather's photos, and this was a shot that she took before the game started. The girls were out warming up in the outfield, and they had a young softball team, and they had one of the players throw the first pitch, and this was some of the introductions of the team. And now we are batting. This is the first batter. I had the shot of her getting hit with a pitch, and Heather's got one too. I think Heather's is a little bit earlier. In my shot, the ball was further down here, but it definitely hit her right in the elbow. And here's a player running to first. You can see the ball coming in. I love the Chattanooga C on these balls. Here's a batter batting, and the pitcher, number 6, is one of those left-handed slap batters. There's number 1 batting, another shot of the pitcher, and number 14 batting, number 99 batting, and number 99 batting again. Heather sat right beside where I was sitting, and she stayed in this spot the whole game. Here's another pitcher shot, and another one, and here's a different pitcher. In this shot, she has the one eye look that I got in one of my shots. And this is that close play at first base, and Heather caught it even closer than me. Heather's got the ball obviously not in the first baseman's glove, and the runner obviously on first base. So she did a better job of capturing that. I did a fairly good job, but Heather did a definitive job of capturing that number 14 is safe at first base. Here's a batter, and I think that's the same batter. I think that's the pitcher. This one got hit with the pitch. I didn't capture this, but she got hit with the pitch as well. Here's a batter, and number 8 batting. Another shot of the pitcher, and one more. There's number 9. She's a slap batter, about to knock that thing right up the third base line, it looks like. Number 5 and number 1. So those are Heather's photos. Well, Chattanooga got beat, but we had a lot of fun shooting the game. And we have one more game this season we're going to make photos of a little bit later. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell. Bye-bye.